Hey Andy, it's Gus here. Enjoyed working with you today. We're going to take a look at your golf swing first of all from this face-on view. We talked about your setup a little bit. I thought your grip looked pretty good overall. The width of your stance a little narrow for I think this the size guy you are. I think your stance is borderline narrow. So just be careful. Try not to get any smaller with the feet. I think the ball position just a little bit back of where I'd like it. So when you do your pre-shot routine, make a slightly bigger step with the right. That would set the ball where you need to have it. Shoulder tilt, hand position, all that stuff looks pretty good. I like the butt of the club pointing just left of your belt buckle. So all in all, not too bad. Let's go ahead and put your swing in motion. And then here's the takeaway. Pretty good takeaway up to this point. Nice one-piece takeaway back from the ball. Not too bad at this point. Now right through here you start to get a little bit narrow with your arms. It looks like your upper back is starting to drift forward towards the target just a little bit. I like getting the chest over the right knee as a pretty good image. I like to have the chest over the right knee inside the barrel just to make sure you make that good full turn. So just a little bit short on your shoulder turn. Hands just a little bit higher I think would be a good, maybe let's do a target circle and let's just say, hey, let's work on getting the hands to about right there, I think, and then just hinging the club a little bit more would get the shaft a little more parallel to the ground. Just a better turn, I think, is basically what I want here. Okay, transition. I like the lower body here. I like what the lower body does. It drives forward. A little bit of a sway, maybe a little bit of a sway with the lower body. I'd love to have a little more rotation with the lower body. But it's not bad. It's not bad. You're a little bit up. You're a little bit up through impact instead of down and through. A little lifty. You're playing a kind of a loopy draw here. A lot of thin shots. But the overall motion is really pretty good. Okay, now let's take a look at your down the line view. Let's pull this one up over here. Alignment-wise was good with the shoulders, but a little bit right with the feet. Let's draw a line kind of along your toe line here, and that gives you an idea of kind of where you're aiming with the feet. So you can see your lines are a little bit crossed. There's your shoulder line. So we want to make sure that we get the shoulders and the feet and the knees and the hips and all that good stuff kind of lined up equally. So I would definitely open up the toe line just a bit. Okay, now I know you're playing a draw and you want to try to play a little draw, which is fine, but you can still do that from a little more of an open stance. Just not real crazy about getting closed with the feet trying to play a big draw. All right, let's go ahead and draw a few things here. And let's put the swing in motion. So you can see you start out here, and then you squat a little bit, and then the legs get a little bit straight. And this is kind of your little swing trigger right here. We didn't talk about this today, but I may try to stay. I may try to stay with a little more of that flex in the knees, maybe about right here, and just keep those knees remaining flexed as you start the club back. But the path you take is really good right here on your backswing path. That looks pretty darn good, and the club face position looks excellent right there. A little steep with this point. At this point, with your club face, the shaft angle. I'm sorry, shaft plane. That's where you're actually pointing the club right now, right about there. Most instructors will tell you to keep the shaft a little more on plane. Now you drop it in, but still you end up a little bit underplane right through here, and you can see this ball started to the right of the target, and it pretty much stayed out there. I do like the footwork. I like the hips rotating. There's a lot of good stuff in here. The overall motion, I think, once again, is pretty good. It's pretty good. I think, working on, posture here. We talked about your posture a little bit. Chin up, chest out, straightening up that back just a little bit. I think the takeaway path is good, so you don't need to make any changes right there. Just a good, better shoulder turn right here. I want some more height to your hands. I want a little better shoulder turn here. Okay, then the downswing. Just try to get the hands back down a little bit more. Try not to swing out to the right quite so much. Swing a little more around and to the left, so we can create more of a circular golf swing. I think that would be a good thing to do there. And back to the straight on view. I think the changes we're going to make, just a couple little setup changes with ball position and width of stance. Initial takeaway looks good. We just got to get the shoulders, get the chest over the right knee. Chest over the right knee would be a pretty good image and a pretty good reminder. That would help you complete your shoulder turn and get yourself a little more loaded on that right side. Through the ball, like I said, it looks pretty good. I'd like you to stay a little more down and through, like right through here, down and through instead of coming up and out. And feel like you're swinging more around and to the left on the through swing. Okay? Very good, Andy. Enjoyed working with you once again, and I look forward to our next session.